Hi there. Right, I guess a couple of things before we start. Thing the first, I'm in HD. Look at this. Essentially, I just got a new phone because my contract ran out and I was like, oh, a new phone. And the phone I got, the camera is that of sculpted by a god. Because look at this, boys, look at this. You can see me in all my, I wouldn't quite say glory, but yeah. Second thing is you're probably reading my title and going, Danny didn't announce his Patreon. What's going on there? And I'll tell you what's going on there. Me being an idiot is going on there. So I put it up sort of like softly, secretly, just from a Discord and people like that. And some people hopped on it. And one of those people was the lovely Mixed ASMR, is a good friend of mine. But the way I've done it, it charges people just when they sign up, so they can get the benefits like straight away. It charges people like done, so they don't have to wait to be able to access the content. Mixed ASMR signed up the day before the end of the month, and it charged her, and then it charged her again afterwards. I was gonna wait until the end of August to do my first Patreon video and my first Patreon announcement, but I'm like, that doesn't feel right. So, boys, here we are. My premature Patreon announcement on my fancy camera right there is this. I guess the announcement is, I have a Patreon. Yeah. Stick around. So we've got 3 tiers in this Patreon. We've got the first tier, which is just patron, or Patreon, I've never quite understood the word. We've got the tier, which is just patron, I think it's called, and that's only $1 a month. I think it's less than £1. It's $1 a month essentially. With that, you get access to a ton of behind-the-scenes stuff I'm always putting up on there, as well as exclusive stuff as well. I occasionally do a smattering of exclusive stuff, and it's a really cool feed that I'll put a load of interesting stuff up there. You'll also get my gratitude. For $5 a month, you can become a Backstreet Executive, which is all that above, and there's also a role on my Discord called Backstreet Executive, and you get access to the Champagne Room, which is the patron-only area of my Discord, which is lots of fun. And then there's the final tier, which is $10 a month, which is the Backstreet Executive Director. So you get the 2 things I've mentioned already, but you also get a video once a month with all of the Backstreet Executive Directors. Tell a little story, because I thought name videos were quite boring. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with them. They from an ASMR perspective, they're a good time. But this isn't really, it's not my style. So with this, instead of a name video, every month you get, I just recall stories from the summers we spent together in our childhood. So that's what this video today is. Because Mixed ASMR is the only executive director Patreon I have currently, is dedicated entirely to her. So this is going to be a little story about the time, the summer that we spent together in our childhood. And remember, if you pledge the $10 as well, next month you could be in this story as well. Okay, thank you. I remember it was Paris. I think the sun was shining high. The French people were French, and we were just walking. We were walking down a lovely field of grapes. Where are the grapes growing? You know, the grape field? Walking down the grape field. We were quite young at the time. I must have been 14, 15. We were strolling. We were just out. Our mothers collectively have told us, look, you need to get some grapes, because we're going to have grapes for dinner. We both said, that's grapes for dinner? And they said, yeah, we're in France, so we're going to have grapes, but we just eat grapes. We were like, yeah, we can't argue with that. Okay, that's fine. So we were strolling down, and it was lovely. Ah, it was lovely. It was lovely. The sun was sort of cascading off of both of our heads, because we were both bald as well. Do you remember Mixed ASMR when we were 14, 15, when we were both bald in Paris? Yeah, I remember that. It was nice. It was really nice. It was freeing as well, because it's very hot in Paris. So we're strolling down, and we came across a dog. Do you remember that? Came across a dog. And the dog looked at us as if to say, I'm the king of grapes. Any grapes you pick will have to go through me. You'll need a form. And we thought, oh no, we haven't got any grape picking forms. We need the grape picking forms. What are we going to do without the grape picking forms? You turned to me and you swore at me and you sort of you backhanded me. And I was like, oh, yeah. Because when we were 14 and 15, we had a relationship sort of similar to cartoon mice trying to take over the world. It was a very different time. And I said, well, I said to the dog, well, we don't have any grape picking forms. And the dog, and it was remarkable. It was a talking dog. Unfortunately, the dog could only speak French, and I didn't understand French just by living in France. So the dog said something, bonjour. I was like, what does that mean? I've got no idea what that means. He's speaking gibberish. Je suis escargot. We're like, well, he's talking nonsense. And I think he was talking nonsense. I say I don't know any French, but I think the words he was stringing together with it was nonsense. But that could be forgiven because he is a dog. So we're like, well, okay, we've got to appease this dog somehow to be able to get the grapes to have them for dinner. Of course we do, obviously. So we asked the dog what he liked, and he just looked us dead in the eye, like this. He did this exactly. Poisson. We said, what was that? Was that a croissant? No. Poisson. I didn't know what that meant. Luckily, mixed. Remember, you turned to me and you went, it's a fish, mate. It's a fish. And I said, oh yeah, no, that's a good point, actually. That's a good point. So we went to the, do you remember at the end of the grape field where we used to live? Do you remember that? Do you remember there's the pond? We went to the pond and there was just thousands of fish sort of jumping around in and out the pond. There's also zebra there as well. I remember zebra. It was the watering hole for the zebra at the grape field. There was giraffes there as well, and horses, and tigers. It was these really fat tigers because they used to just they ate everything because it was just a perfect breeding ground. So do you remember you fashioned a spear out of a load of old grapes? You got a load of old grapes and you sharpened all the grapes and you chucked the spear into the water. Do you remember that? Do you remember chucking the spear into the water? And you pulled out like there was 20 fish because it was just so many fish. And we went back to the dog and we gave the dog the fish. And he just sort of stared at it. And he went, no, poisson. And we thought, what? Then we remembered the dog. It's a dog. He can't even speak French. He probably just meant water or something. And we had no idea. So we killed the dog. Remember, we killed the dog. Yeah, we just killed it. We just killed the dog. Do you remember that? Do you remember how we killed the dog? Yeah, I remember. I remember killing the dog. It was great. You know, it was a real bonding experience because we were crying whilst we were doing it because it was really sad. But it was really lovely how we killed the dog. But after that we thought, well, we don't need the form anymore. So we got our baskets, our lovely wicker grape baskets, and we just filled them with so many grapes. We filled them with so many grapes. We had grapes everywhere. Like, you remember you fashioned a suit out of the grapes and you were wearing a grape suit as we were walking by. And I was smoking a grape pipe and I put grapes in. It was really nice. And that was nice, but unfortunately, remember we over-farmed the entire grape field, so there was no grapes left. And as a result, the whole village suffered from malnutrition. Do you remember that? It was horrible. It was awful. We were like, maybe the dog was right. Maybe the dog was right. As we were sitting down to have our dinner with our families, it's full of grapes, and we were thinking, oh no, the dog had a point. The dog had a point. And of course, the moral of the story of our summer together, of our childhood together, was don't kill dogs in fields that are protecting the grape levels. Simple. Should have known. Should have known. Well, thank you very much for watching. As I said, this is my official Patreon announcement. All of the money that you put into Patreon goes straight back into the channel. Right now, my camera fund, I guess that my fund to get a proper filming camera, is it something like, I think it's £400 I want to raise, and with this and that so we're on about £60 to £70 right now, and that's purely just for the money you guys have donated and through AdSense as well, which is amazing, which is absolutely fantastic. But the Patreon's going to really help push that as well. So if you guys want to subscribe, please subscribe. But if you want to pledge, please go ahead and pop a pledge on that Patreon. The link will be down in the description below. It's going to be some really cool stuff. Honestly, please check it out. Please support the channel because I like doing this, and it's going to make it even better once I get some fancy equipment. I think that's it for today. Is there anything else I forgot to mention? No. Lovely. Thank you very much, guys, and I'll see you soon.